All right, welcome to another Trauma Talk Radio segment. I am here with this dynamic married couple, Team Muhammad. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes. Awesome. So my question for you two today, well, I'm start with you for the missus, is how would you describe a freedom from trauma lifestyle?
Well, the first thing that came to me when you asked it is how we cultivate it in our home. So I just think what we do in our home. So how the mother and the dad, how they interact with each other, children see that. Mm-hmm. So if we have a loving relationship and we create love in our home, I think it just ignites everything else. Mm-hmm. So when children go outside, they kind of know what that looks like. Because I feel like in the society, we don't really know what that looks like. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like going back to the Huxtables, what we used to see there, like the family atmosphere. Mm-hmm. That's just what I'm thinking.
Okay. I love that. A relationship that has a foundation rooted in love, and really not just the concept of love in theory, but in practice, in demonstration. I love it. Yes.
At the dinner table, right?
Absolutely. So for you, Mr. Muhammad, how do you, as the man of the home, cultivate a freedom from trauma lifestyle for your household? What are some of the ways that you do that?
Well, first of all, we don't add no more trauma that's already there, because I believe that the trauma that Black people experience, or the 400-year-old trauma, is still present in our DNA, and it still affects our decision making, and it still affects our relationship until this day. So we don't want to add any more to it. We really want to heal from it, and the only way we really can heal from it is, first of all, we have to separate ourselves from situations that trigger the trauma that we experienced in the past. We got to separate ourselves from the person and the people who were responsible for the trauma. Mm-hmm. I believe that. Mm-hmm. I believe that separation is the best and only solution to our problems right now. Because, like, for example, everything will heal if you leave it alone. Mm-hmm. If you cut yourself and you leave it alone, it's going to heal. Mm-hmm. Put some medicine on it, it'll heal. If you pour some pollutants in the water, running water, everything in nature will heal itself when you leave it alone. Mm-hmm. And so this is why it's so important for us to separate from our enemy, the one who caused us the trauma in the first place. Mm-hmm. Because we can't get along with them, and they're consistently coming up and causing more trauma in our lives. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Am I making sense?
No, you're making a lot of sense.
Yeah, and I want to add something to that. Another piece of what he's not even knowing that he's done, but one, as a Black man, freeing me up to be the mother that who I am, so I can raise our children the way that they need to be raised. Mm-hmm. And sometimes we can't do that because we're working so much. Mm-hmm. But the one thing that he's done is free me up, so I'm freed up to homeschool, to cultivate our children the way that we really want them cultivated. Yeah. Not how somebody else is doing it, but how we want to do it. Yeah. And I think, being a Black man in society today is very hard to do that, but that's what he's done for me. So we have 4 children, small children, but it's working for us. We have a 15-year-old that she'll be graduating this year. She's a senior, but it's worked for us. And him being able to free me up to do that's going to heal a lot of trauma too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's because we took our children out of the educational system of our enemy. And I asked the question earlier, when we would have did to white people what they did to our people, do you think that they would send their children to our school?
Right.
So to really come in, people can say what they want to say, But slavery in America was the most degrading experience in human history. It was the most traumatic experience in human history. So you talk about trauma, you talk about generational trauma.
Right.
Let's deal with that because we just don't want to add no more trauma to it.
Right.
But the reason why we do it because we have not been healed from the trauma of the past. When were we healed? Who gave us the medicine? Just because they said Emancipation Proclamation, so now all of a sudden when white folks stop. They ain't even really stopped. They still killing us. The police still killing us. White folks still killing us. And I want to keep saying they even got us killing ourselves.
Right. Yeah.
Because of the trauma.
Yeah. So I'm hearing a lot of gems. No, you're good. I'm hearing a lot of gems, and I just want to kind of break it down for our viewers to really capture the full essence of what it is that you two are sharing. So I love how you share how the trauma of slavery and stuff is in our DNA, and so you're very intentional. That's a key component to cultivating a freedom from trauma lifestyle for your family, is being intentional about not adding to the trauma that's already in your DNA. Right. And then when I hear about how you say separating yourselves from those that inflicted the trauma, what I'm really hearing you say is that it's our responsibility to foster an environment that brings forth the healing. And so as the man of your household, you took on the responsibility to free up your wife, something that we only see more so in the dynamics of European homes, to where she could cultivate the healing for the children. And so yes, right. And so this is a very powerful tools that you're sharing, and you're really holding others of color accountable. And it can be done. And we are in California. So we got to stop making excuses about what region we live in and the cost of living. No, if you're really serious about being intentional about your household and creating a freedom from trauma lifestyle, you will do what this man has done.
Right.
And then you will take care, free up the woman, and cultivate a space where your children can heal and not repeat the perpetual trauma that's in our generational bloodline, but break the cycles. So I commend the both of you.
Thank you.
And I thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for
I love it.
Thank you for trauma talk. This is a heavy subject. Once I heard trauma talk, I said that's a good one.
Yeah,
and we need that. We need that because mental health is on the rise. The mental health. I've never seen so many people suffer from mental health, homelessness in my life, and we're taught that there's a law called cause and effect.
Yeah.
And if the effect is real, then the cause can't be unreal. Something real is causing it.
Yeah.
And I believe that is directly related to what happened to us on the plantation, and also in the education of the slave master. I mean, the most time like Mama teaches, if a man won't treat you right, will make you think he's gonna teach you right.
Right.
So it's not healing us. The educational system of this country is not healing us.
Not when we graduate.
We have to take the responsibility, like Sister said, of doing it ourselves.
Yeah.
Of separating. We have to just go ahead and separate and working it out. And if we don't do it, then it's gonna get worse. Because anything that don't get better gets worse. Yeah. And then our children will suffer.
Yeah.
We're going.
Yeah.
Moving forward or moving backwards.
So so I hope this encourages some of our viewers and empowers you to know that you have the power of choice to make a different decision that's going to shift the dynamics of your lifestyle and move you toward a freedom from trauma lifestyle, and not that of perpetual trauma. And that's what we learned from this dynamic married couple today. So thank you so much for joining us.
Trauma Talks.